today we've got, you know what, let's roll out and then I'll explain later. I'll go ahead and put the workout in the chat, but let's start with the roller and put it right on your calves and we'll work our way up the body. And then I'll pause to explain it, our circuit today at some point. One way to do this is to, if rolling straight up and down is kind of boring for you, think about starting your feet a little bit wider and then moving them in towards each other. So you sort of roll your tissue around the outside of your shin. Okay, so now you're rolling on a different part than you normally would. You can also do the same thing, pointing your toes out and sort of pulling that tissue out. So it sort of rolls towards the middle of your calf. Just a way to change things up a little bit there with what you're doing. You can also shift side to side. So with that roller on the back of your legs, let's use your arms to shift side to side. By the way, guys, as we're getting going here this morning, you don't need a band, but if you have a band, that would work well, like one of the bigger loop type bands, because we are going to do a band row. The band row can easily be a two-hand row with a kettlebell or dumbbell. So if you don't have a band, don't worry about it. It's not essential, but it is what's kind of scripted. All right, moving that roller up to your hips, crossing your ankle over your knee. Whatever leg is crossed over, whatever leg is crossed, you're going to be rolling the outside of that cheek. And we'll switch sides. Just kind of going through the express version. If you want a longer roll with some more techniques and like focusing on the areas that we usually don't hit, tune in on Sundays. Sundays, we go through about a 15-minute foam roll. And good. So let's get the front of your thighs. A lot of times we go right from our hips to our back, but we want to make sure that we get the front of your thighs rolled as well. You can kind of apply the same rolls where you shift side to side, especially on a flat roller. It's a little bit harder on this bumpy roller, or on this wavy type roller, but it is a good way to just give yourself some different sensations with the roll, pushing and pulling that tissue around in a different way. Let's also make sure we roll over on our side. Get the inside of your leg. And same thing on the other side. Rolling out the inside of that leg. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
It's been a while since I've seen you on Zoom. Welcome back.
I know I have a busy day, so I was like, I'm going to do the Zoom class.
Let's get it done early then. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So done with the roller. Let's get into warm up here. We're going to start off on your back, bottom of your feet facing up towards the ceiling. If you want to hold one leg, you can hold that leg, but let's try to do it with your abs. So we just drop a heel down, keep your low back in contact with the floor, and we switch sides. So we'll just alternate here. This is mostly a core warm up. Think about your belly staying strong as you lower those heels down. And good. Let's roll over to your side. So we'll keep our knees stacked right on top of each other. So kind of curl up with your hips back. So your knees are forward, hips are back. Then we're going to come up into that side plank position and then go right back and down. Okay, so think about pushing your hips backwards. So kind of warming up a shoulder, a side plank, warming up the outside of your hip also. If you want to do this with a single leg, you can separate your feet, reaching that hip back, bring it forward. And good, let's roll it right over to the other side. Morning, Mark. Didn't say hi to you yet. Reaching those hips back. So think about trying to get to about almost 90 degrees at your hips and then coming up and forward. So the warm up here is happening down the outside of your core, and we're also warming up your hip as well. And good, relax. Let's go to all fours. All right, we're going to put hands way out in front of you. Point your thumbs up towards the ceiling. You sit back. You're reaching out as far as you can. You can also use a roller here. So you reach and roll your hands forward while you sit back. And then we're trying to get shoulders or your chest down to the floor. Should feel a stretch down the outside of your arms here. Maybe along the outside of your rib cage, your shoulder blade. And from here, while we're sitting back towards your heels, we're going to put both hands to the floor. And let's stay nice and long in your spine. We're going to open up. And try to point your fingertips up at the ceiling. When we close, reach all the way down. So we're reaching under your armpit. And we reach up again. Again, your hips are going to stay glued on top of your heels here. If full knee flexion bugs your knees, you can come up off of your knees and just be on all fours. That's fine. And good. Let's go to the other side. So we slide that hand under, palm up. Close your shoulders down. And then we open up. And good. All right, let's come up to one knee. All right, two things to do here. So we're going to press forward. So we press everything straight forward, just getting a stretch right here down the front of your kneeling leg. And then we're going to point that knee and toe out to 45 degrees and push out that way. So we push forward, and push out to 45 degrees. So we're always keeping your belly strong, tailbone tucked down here. And let's switch sides. Your belly button and chest are going to face the same way the whole time you're doing this, just a matter of which direction you're pushing. You're going to push straight forward, and you're going to push your knee out so you kind of sit in between your feet. All right, good. Let's go to a push-up position. Drop those heels down, lift your hips up. All right, so we're getting a stretch down the back of your legs here, maybe in your calves. You can shift side to side. We're trying to sink your shoulders down. And good. All right, let's stand up. We'll go feet wide. Just working side to side into lateral squats. Okay, so we're just warm up here. Not too worried about the depth, but we do want to get a little bit lower as we go. We are going to have some lateral squats in the circuit today, so this will be a good way to start. And good. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, for today's workout, you'll need a weight and a band if you have it. If you don't have a band, that's okay. You can use the weight. Today's format is a work hold, right? So it's really an interval, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off. But within that 30 seconds, you have 5 reps to do. And then the rest of the time you hold in the most challenging position. So goblet squat is the first exercise. We've got 5 goblet squats. And then the remainder of the 30 seconds, which is you probably do 5 goblet squats in 15 seconds or so, if you're taking your time. And then the remainder of the 15 seconds is you pause at the bottom, right? So we go through our 5 reps. And then on that last rep, you're going to go down and hold. And then when the timer's up, then you stand up and we shake it out, okay? So we go goblet squat, push-ups are the next one. Okay, all the reps are 5 with the exception of the row. So we do 5 push-ups and then hold at the bottom. So you're gonna hold down in this position. Side bridge press. That's here, you press up and do 5 reps here, pushing your pocket up towards the ceiling. Then you hold on the last one. Then we'll do the other side. Then we'll do a row. The row is the only one that's 10. If you have a band, you're gonna sit down with that band around your feet, sit tall, and we pull in like this with 2 arms. So we do 10 and then hold. Or if you have just one weight, you can hold the handle and do a bent over row. And you pull that and hold in your belly, right at your belly button, okay? Then the last one, lateral squat right, lateral squat left. Okay. So again, same format for all of those. 5 reps. Row is the only one that's 10. And then the remainder you hold for 30 seconds. Okay. All right. So we're ready to get started here. We'll get started in 10 seconds. 5 seconds. We're starting off with a goblet squat. 3, 2, 1, and off we go. So we do 5 reps. So you can hold that weight down low or up under your chin, whatever works for you. After your 5 reps, you're going to hang out at the bottom, low as you can sit there. 10 seconds left. It's a good chance to make sure that you're spreading the floor apart with your feet. Shins are vertical. And rest. Okay, so we got 15 seconds. Push-ups are next. So whatever version of a push-up is for you, could be on your knees, could be on your toes. Ready, go. We've got 5 push-ups to do. The rest of the time, you're holding down low. Fifteen seconds left. Five seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Staying on the floor for the side bridge press. Rolling over to your elbow. 3 seconds. 2, 1, and here we go. So we're on that elbow. One leg presses down into the floor. Okay, so the hip that's closest to the floor is doing the work here. And then on that last one, you're gonna push into the floor and hold. So your hips should be higher than a side plank here. 10 seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. You're going to the other side. Three seconds, 2, 1, and here we go. 5 reps, and then a hold at the top. Halfway there. Five seconds left. 2, 1, and rest. Okay, band row is next. Remember, the band is the only one that's 10. 2, 1, and here we go. So if you can use the band, use the band. If you don't have a band, it's a 2-hand bent over row right into your belly. Halfway there. Shoulder blades should be strong, flush across your back, sitting as tall as you can. Keep those elbows back behind your ribs. 2, 1, rest. Okay, finishing with the lateral squat. We'll finish up round 1. Lateral squats each way. We're doing 5 reps and then hold at the bottom. 3, 2, 1, and go. Doing them all to one side right now. Five seconds left. Make sure your foot's pressing flat through the floor. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, other side's coming up. Okay, 3 seconds. And go. You can hold that weight down low or up under your chin, whichever works better for you. Halfway there. Make sure you're pushing your hips back like you're reaching back for the couch. And rest. Okay, that's round 1. We're doing 4 rounds total this morning, so 3 more. Go back up to the top for a goblet squat. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and go. 5 reps, and then a hold. Halfway there. Five seconds left. 2, 1, rest. Push-ups are next. And 2, 1, and here we go. 5 solid push-ups plus the hold. Halfway. Five seconds. Make sure your head's not reaching down towards the floor. And rest. Staying on the floor for the side bridge. Try to start with the side that you finished with last time. And here we go. So if you did your left side second last time, try to do it first this time. Make sure your hips are pressed forward and up towards the ceiling. Chest should face straight forward, not rotated down to the floor. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Other side. 3 seconds. 1, and go. Halfway there. Five seconds left, keeping those hips high. Rest. All right, good job. One more on the floor. Got a band row. If you are doing it with a weight, you'll be standing. Actually, I'll demonstrate that one this time. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and go. So if you're doing the standing row, 2 hands will be on the weight. Think about pulling those elbows up to the ceiling. And then when you've done your 5, just squeeze those shoulder blades together, pinning your elbows back. 10 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, lateral squats each side to finish up round 2. Right, ready, and go. Halfway. Try to get the back of your knee to 90 degrees if you can. 5 seconds left. 2, 1, rest. The other side to wrap up round 2. 5 seconds. And go. Keep both toes pointing forward. We're not turning them out to the side. Sitting down nice and low. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job, guys. Halfway there. 2 rounds to go. Back up to goblet squats. Ready, and go. Halfway. Again, we're using this hold as a chance to fix your form. Keep knees away from each other. 5 seconds. 2, 1, rest. Push-ups are next. Five push-ups, ready, go. Halfway. Five seconds. 2, 1, rest. Okay, stand on the floor for a side bridge. Two, 1, and go. Think about pressing the entire outside of your shin through the floor. So not just your knee, but you're also pressing your foot down, the outside of your ankle, halfway there. As soon as you start pressing that ankle in, you'll feel more of your hip back towards your butt cheek. 2, 1, rest. So again, we're trying to get the whole outside of your shin to press through the floor evenly. 5 seconds. Ready, and go. Fifteen seconds left. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Okay, seated row or kettlebell row, whatever you got. Remember, we're doing 10 reps of these. Ready, go. You got 10 reps and a hold. Ten seconds left. Think about spreading your shoulder blades as wide as you can as you hold and rest. All right, lateral squats. 3 seconds. 1, and here we go. Halfway. Five seconds left. 2, 1, rest. Okay, other side to finish round 3. Ready, and go. Ten seconds left. 3, 2, 1, relax. All right, back through one more time. Goblet squats in 2, 1, and here we go. Have good holds here. Good reps, good holds. Halfway. Five seconds left, staying low. 2, 1, rest. Down to the floor for push-ups. Ready, and go. 5 reps and hold. Halfway. 5, 2, 1, rest. Side bridge. Three seconds. And go. Make sure we're not turning this into a side crunch. All right, so we don't want to crunch your hip up towards your armpit. We want your knee to press down into the floor to raise your hips up. Still be solid from your hip to your shoulder. All right, that distance won't change. 5 seconds. 2, 1, rest. All right, so we want to make sure that from your hip bone to your shoulder is frozen while you move your leg out to the side. 2 seconds. 1, rest. Hold it strong. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, rest. Staying on the floor for the row. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Remember 10 reps here. If you're sitting as tall as you can. If you're hinged, you're as long as you can get from your tailbone to the top of your head. 5 seconds left. Rest. Okay, lateral squats to finish up. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Last set here, let's make it strong. Keeping those shoulders square, 10 seconds left. Everything's pointing forward, belly button, toes. 2 seconds, 1, rest. Okay, last one coming up. In 2, 1, and go. Halfway there. Foot should be flat. Heel presses through the floor. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and relax. All right, that's a day. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me this morning. Guys, it's all ladies. Thanks, ladies. Oh, and Mark, there you are. Sorry.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, you got it. You guys are off to a good start today. Keep it up.
Thanks. See you.
Soon.